think we're live. Let's see. Am I on the right screen? Well, hello, folks. Pardon me while we get set up here. Could you try to find my stream there?
Let's look. Is it on your second channel?
It is on my primary channel.
Primary channel. I see it.
Do you? Do you see Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves?
No, I do. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. What are we doing, Larry?
We are watching delayed video.
You have to. You might want to mute it if it's not already muted, but
It is muted.
it is muted. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you see the chat in there?
I do. I see your terminal window.
Cool.
I see the chat.
All right. Well, maybe somebody will hop along. I gotta get a cigarette.
Please enjoy this old music. Mr. Boops, do you want to get on the video?
I understand now why people have like those things that they put up at the beginning, like stream will start in, you know, so now instead of watching people mess around. Oh. All right, Larry. So I have been working with another developer. His name is Domen Kohar, and he has written a piece of software called Devenv. Not Devenv. It's easy to say it wrong.
Devenv.
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 Yeah. And so I'm intending to use it for a customer. So I've been hacking on it a bit and ran into a few minor issues that have to be solved before we can sort of put it out there. But you want me to show you what it does?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't have to be like that.
I'm enthusiastic.
Okay.
You know, to prepare for this.
Yeah, we did minutes of preparation.
Well, I've been sitting in a van down by the river, drinking lots of coffee.
There's many beers. This might get a little rowdy. So, you know Todd.
Yeah.
You know Todd.
Who doesn't know Todd?
Oh, dead. Nobody
Not so.
does except us. But so I don't know if you remember or not, but he was like, I would like the people who work for me to be able to get up and running quickly, like developing stuff.
Sure.
So, and they're on like Windows. So
Where?
they're definitely not on Nix OS. So Domin had told me about this thing, and I studiously ignored it, but it does solve his problem where he wants to like, for people both on Windows and on Linux and maybe even on Mac OS, just be able to like have them run a couple commands and get a development environment set up. So like it would run the database, install software, all that shit. So here I have his stuff sort of set up to hopefully hope it doesn't need to compile anything.
Would they have to customize when you say a couple commands? Would they have to customize it each time? Customize the commands, or
No.
would you provide them with the command to type into their terminal to launch it with a predefined configuration?
Well, the user experience of the thing is somebody maintains this Nix stuff over here. So like, I'll show you the Nix stuff. Devenv.nix. I'm not giving away the farm on a confidential Todd stuff. This is just all build stuff. So don't worry about that.
Well, Todd's not his real name. It's code name Todd.
It's codename Todd?
Yeah.
Is it? I did not know that. That is interesting. So you see this stupid stuff up there, up on the screen up there?
Mm-hmm.
We set up all this is Nix language. And it's like, it's kind of like having your own like mini Nix OS inside of like Ubuntu or Fedora, or or even like Mac, on a Mac. And you can sort of say, I want these packages installed, and when I start the service, I want to run a SQL server and like Mongo database or whatever. Currently, it runs like a SQL server. It runs Postgres in a Mongo database.
Kind of database?
Mongo. That's they're way better mugs than databases.
Mm.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll let that go. But in the meantime, I was trying to figure out, like, this is really actually pretty tricky. Like, Doman's done a really good job of like really getting started pretty good on it. But as you might imagine, if you have like first of all, it has to be totally isolated from the machine that you're on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want it going and searching your porn or something, whatever. But you don't want it to mess up anything that's on your machine, and you don't really want to depend on anything that's on your machine, because God knows what's on it. Like, it's, you can't really depend on anything. So Nix is really good at that. Nix lets you like get a kind of isolated environment. And so Devenv kind of wraps Nix, and it says, I'm going to use Nix in order to produce a development environment that's like pretty much isolated from the rest of your stuff. You can still use your tools, like your editor and all that crap, but you don't have to run like a container or edit. Like, I don't know if you remember or not, but Todd was sort of saying like, oh, we could run containers on GitHub and like have everybody develop in Visual Studio or whatever, and do remote debugging and everything. But that means everybody has to run Visual Studio. I mean, yeah.
So you could, but this gives you the freedom.
Yeah.
You use whatever you want.
Yeah, this sort of replaces that model. So now we got our development environment set up, and so like I said, the workflow is kind of like, I maintain that Nix stuff that's in here, like this devenv.nix. And then when I make a change here, like let's say I add a database or upgrade something or whatever, I yell to you if you're working on the same thing. I'm like, hey Larry, git pull. And then you're like, okay, I'll get out. And you press Control C, and then you git pull, and then you type the same command again, which was devenv up. And you'll be in business again. So you don't really do anything. Like the end user just knows to when he has to update stuff by pulling.
You'd let them know.
Indeed. All right. So, as I mentioned, there are some issues with Devenv. It is located here. And this is, all the docs are here and everything, but the GitHub is where all the action happens. I have made some pull requests. Some have been merged. Some we're still trying to figure out. I'm talking to Doan about stuff. But in particular, like in ideally, what you'd like is you'd like the shell, and you'd like to be able to run pip install such and such in it. I don't know if you remember running pip install before.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. And you just want it to work. I mean, that's works. It works under. It would work under your host system if you had Python installed and you did pip install something, like it would most likely work. But in this setup, because Nix is like totally isolated and it works differently than your host system, you have to do some things to fool it into working. And so Doman tried to fool it into working by using this thing called Many Linux, which I don't quite understand. And that's kind of the reason that I wanted to do a live stream. I was hoping somebody out there did understand it, such that when we run pip install inside of this shell, where is it? This shell. Like right now, let's see if I do, I don't know, what's got binaries in it? Pip install. Let's see. Pillow. That's probably a good one. I already have that installed though. Let me try it. Yeah, it comes with this as this Many Linux wheel. Now, this may happen to work because it might use the environment that I set up here might have the right libraries on it. Let's see, LDD. Devenv. This is where it stores the virtual environment. Site packages. Yeah. State. Yeah. Site packages. Python. Site packages. Pillow. Pillow. Where did it go? Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't even know where we got started, but let's just try to run it anyway. Import pillow. Is it import pill? Okay. Import public image limited. So that does work. But some binaries don't work. And what Doma's trying to do is make it so that that always works. Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So I know that there are plenty of people on the chat right now.
Zero.
Well, no, there's Evan Richter is on there.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'm wondering if you're accepting call-ins as well.
I can't. No, I don't think. I mean, on cell phone, sure.
On cell phones. Yeah.
No. We don't have the technology yet. So anyway, here's the where thing. Is that where I was? Yeah. GitHub.com/Devenv. No, Cachix. Devenv. Issues. No, pull requests. But if anybody has a question in the chat, I can answer it. So, okay. one? No, it is another one. It's another one. It's gonna kill me. This is the one. So here's the actual error. When Devenv comes up, if I turn on this other feature again, I think I might have to do some weirdness to turn it on again. Let's see. Many Linux. Say true here. And I have to go change the branch. You know. Let's see if that works.
This is fascinating, by the way.
I know this is amazing content. Keeping it real. Yeah.
So tell me, Chris, while you're typing this, what are you thinking?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we got a pretty cool little video audio thing set up, and I don't know.
It is a pretty cool setup.
We got a nice Christmas tree.
It's been
Denuded.
Let's say another word, but it's probably anyway. The colors are not on there anymore.
Right. I mean, what are you saying, Larry?
No, the floweriness is removed. No, it's nice. That's nice. Now it's just a winter tree.
Yeah. Now right. Okay. So there's the error, and this happens as a result of including this many Linux thing in here that I don't understand quite yet. What happens is that the Python that is used, there's two levels here. One is that there's the base Python, and then there's a Python wrapper, a Nix wrapper, and then there's this many Linux thing. So I understand why Domen is trying to do this. I just don't know how to make it work. So like the code in Devenv to do this is
Did you ask him to?
Domen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to talk to him on the phone at some point. Languages, Python. Okay. So this is where I need to ask the chat if anyone has any ideas about what this thing is supposed to do. Packages, Python many little packages. When this is disabled, it works. I mean, the Devenv works. When it is enabled, it causes Python to find, I guess, the wrong glibc, which kind of makes sense because I think that actually has like libc in it, but I'm not quite sure how it would ever work.
So are you seeing the chat as well on your computer?
I'm not. No.
So, well, there's a suggestion there.
Yeah. Maybe I should pull it up.
So
Maybe I should pull it on it.
okay.
See. Oh, is that live? Yeah. Ah, okay. Okay. All right, Evan. Hey, Evan. It's like a non-portable flag. Right. Okay. So yeah, basically, I think I think the same thing, Evan. I think that these versions of glibc are just a mismatch in some way. The version like this many Linux thing is, let's see, where is it? Next package. Oh, this is fascinating content. This is fascinating. Projects, next packages. Script many Linux.
This segment brought to you by paper. Or flat. It's paper.
Many Linux. It's okay. So, I'm sure my white Emacs screen is not the easiest thing to see for people, but yeah. So,
In your podcast, do you try to make it the most difficult to see the screen? Is that
you know, they got to level up, Larry. Get some eyes. Get some eyes on. So this here, libc SO6 is part of this thing. So of course it makes sense. It makes sense that they don't match there. There's a glibc that's part of many Linux, and there's a glibc that Python was compiled against, and they don't match. So let's go and see. If I go into my next door, grep many Linux. Okay. And I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. Lib. Okay, so yeah. So 6. $38. And then if I go into Python, cd do what? Am I trying to do? Yeah. No. Did I destroy it? Oh, right. It couldn't create it. It destroyed it. Oh. You picking up what I'm putting down there?
Chris, I was just going to ask you if you can just give a quick synopsis of what you're doing right at the moment for those that join, because people pop in and pop out of us.
All those zero people.
Myself as well. On the phone, off the phone.
Well, I am. The problem I'm trying to solve is that
you're running next to us.
That's the problem. How did you know?
Oh,
you're so smart. It's unbelievable.
It's usually the first.
We got to get some of those stickers.
Okay, so the problem you're trying to solve.
Yeah, the
problem you're getting that error message, the warning.
Yeah, yeah, and what happens is I can't run Python, which is bad because It's a Python project.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a feature that it would be nice to have so that people could type pip install pandas or something like that, and it would just work. But the feature is preventing Python from working. So I'm trying to figure out how to both get the feature and have Python work. That's what I'm trying to do.
Get the feature and have Python working.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I guess, I mean, I know sort of what the many Linux thing is. Python. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so I think in order for this to actually work, we would have to ensure that the Python that is generated when we made the Devenv was compiled using the many Linux libraries. And then it would work. I think that's how it's got to work. So I don't know.
I think you need a whiteboard and a map. What's going on here?
Find my ass with both hands. Hang on a second.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I'm not going to solve this right now. This was more of me hoping someone would show up to the chat and tell me what the fuck to do.
Anyone. Please help.
But I will continue to work on this. I'm gonna fix this somehow. So I promised Doman this. So.
Well, you promised Doman that you would solve his the answer that you're seeking from him.
I promised him I'd find my ass with both hands. It's not. So, do you have anything, Larry, that you'd like to talk about?
Involving NixOS? And
anything, really.
Anything. Well, I do have a question for you, and
sure.
Maybe somebody out here in this vast audience can respond as well. But I'm wondering, what's the distribution around the planet? Like, where are people using NixOS? Like, what is it more prevalent in a certain country? I'm gonna guess the United States.
Well, let's find out. Let's go to Google Trends.
Oh,
what do you think?
Sure, they'll know.
What do they know? Let's see. Is that a thing? NixOS. United States. Ooh, lots of people in Washington. They love that. They love their Next OS in Washington. I don't know how to do it for countries.
So why would you suppose Washington? And also, I see Evan saying it. Even he was guessing EU or Germany. So why?
Oh, I don't see.
Why
Oh,
that?
okay. Well, I think it generated it started in the Netherlands, so you know, lots of lots of Dutch people, and then it spread like a virus across the EU. I think mostly it's EU, but I did see I did. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Worldwide, right? I did notice that it was like really popular in China for some reason. Yeah, like China. Who knew, man? I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, Norway, Slovenia. That's where Domen is. Germany, Sweden. U.S. doesn't even come close. It's way down at number 16. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Does it give you the ability to dial down further within China?
Oh, see. Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, Alaska.
It's just one place. This is a whole bunch of Nixers right there. Guangdong. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
So like the Apple factory or the Android
I
factory.
think that's where those places are. Yeah. No, that's Shenzhen. Maybe that's Guangdong Province. Shenzhen, Guangdong Province.
So if you go back to the worldview and you see the United States, so apparently there's a lot of dev going on in Alaska.
There's what?
And the northern.
What?
Look at
It's
the,
just everybody up there. Once you cross that state line, they just hand you a fucking laptop. Start coding, motherfucker.
Listen, it's not just snow and ice up here. There's a lot of dev going on, particularly NixOS.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else they got to do up there? Huh?
Well, that's what the cable companies were doing really well. So but now it's replaced with dev. You know, why not?
Let's look at Linux. Let's see what Linux is. Oops. Okay.
So Evan's saying could be another OS with the same name in China
Or
or somewhere else, but
yeah. Or it could just be another word entirely.
NixOS.
But look at that, Linux, China.
Yeah, but look at
They're banging.
Look at Canada, and South America. There's a lot of
America's hat.
That's Canada. Okay.
What? Like, wow! Look at this.
Here in
36. No, U.S. is number 36.
Northern
For
Africa
searches.
also has a lot of dev going
Northern
on.
Africa.
I
You
mean,
mean Egypt?
that's no. Well, yeah, Egypt. Yeah.
Tunisia? Where's Tunisia? Yeah, Northern Africa. Wow. That's totally surprising. Very strange. It'd be hard to think. Well, I mean, totally possible that this isn't a word in that language, but I don't know, man. Yeah. Well, this is fascinating content.
It is.
I'm so glad that we did this. More of a camera test, really.
It's a good camera test. It's working. There's a little delay on this part.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we'll just end it here because
Should we?
I mean, I think so.
I mean, there could be more to discover.
Do you feel there's more?
Well, I mean, let's keep it focused on NixOS. Remember, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What's holding NixOS back from achieving more?
That's above my pay grade. I don't know.
Are you feeling you're getting your cooperation you need from the NixOS
Community?
Community, yes.
Oh, you're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
It's all right. We're here for you, Chris. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's fine. I mean, everything's fine. It's all good.
Is it, Chris?
What about NixOS makes you say that?
What about December?
Hmm.
What happened in December, Chris?
Yeah. No. NixOS is a little hard to contribute to. So, yeah.
But it seems like it's becoming more popular over the time that I've known of NixOS, which is like
That's
the last
just
year.
because I talk about it every day.
NixOS!
I'm like, Larry! Larry!
NixOS!
Larry, check it out. Larry, check out NixOS.
What's that, Chris?
Check out NixOS.
Nix.
Hey, Larry.
NixOS.
Larry, check it out.
How's the NixOS wallpaper coming?
It's coming along.
It's good.
Yeah, it's coming along. I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's actually up and it's just completely white.
You have to use the NixOS filter.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Yeah, Evan. Yeah. I actually attended a docs meeting today and promised to help a little bit. But even the folks who are there's a good number of people trying to help with docs, I think. But it seems like the onboarding process could be a little bit smoother. So hopefully I'll be able to help with that.
I think there's a lot of good energy from the people that are on board and up to speed.
Yeah. Like there's this guy Sil who is really energetic, and he was in the docs meeting today, and he has a podcast every week called Next Hour. He spends a lot of time doing Nick stuff. He's very good, but he's stretched pretty thin, like Evan said. Yeah. No, yeah. Forking Nick's packages isn't that hard if you're just going to keep it to yourself. That's what I've been doing, but I feel bad a lot of times because a lot of times I really should contribute upstream, but I just know it's going to be such a hassle that I don't know that, but I get the sense that it's going to be a problem.
So are there regional Nix meetups, or like wasn't there one like in like Europe, or maybe it was in Germany or somewhere? Is that, how often is that, or where are those?
There was one in Germany, and there's going to be one soon in the spring, I think, in Southern California.
Okay.
And that'll be the first one in the U.S. Everything else has been in Europe. And I don't know about China. I don't have any Chinese friends, so I don't know.
Well, there's time. You can build some Chinese friends. Not build.
Are you saying I should learn? Are you saying I should take it upon myself to go learn Mandarin and all that shit, and just so I can ask them if they like NixOS?
You can probably speak in English. I'm just saying.
But they don't. They usually don't. They usually. It would be better, if I.
Well, you can show an effort, right?
Yeah.
They might appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably be easier than submitting a NixOS pull request.
Learning Chinese. No, that's a t-shirt. Maybe you shouldn't be in the marketing department.
All right. We should stop. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right. Well, thanks, Evan, for hanging out and talking. Me and Larry are gonna go and drink our beer. Have a good one, guys. And